Candace Owens announced a documentary about Charlie Kirk's widow, everyone's favorite grifter. And within 48 hours, half of the conservative media landscape has lost their freaking minds. They are going after Candace. They're saying she's evil. They're saying she's demonic, which is a specific word. Hold on to that one. And they're saying she's deserving of eternal damnation. And it does make you wonder, what exactly are they hiding? What are they so worried might come out in this? And real quick, I'm Lauren Paritra. My sleepy four-legged co-host and boss, Willa Paritra, is taking a snooze. And if you're new here, we currently have a lead on Katie Miller. Katie Miller is the wife of Stephen Little Bitch Miller. She married that pale white nationalist on purpose. And that is the man behind all of this ICE terror. And she is building a podcast on the backs of trafficked children and trafficked immigrants. So we need you to make sure you're subscribed, because every subscription, every like, every comment, every share, every hype is an FU to Katie and Stephen Little Bitch Miller. So back to America's favorite grifter. Charlie Kirk was 31 years old when he got shot on September 10th, 2025, giving a speech debating the libs, serving the libs at Utah Valley University. It was a 22-year-old named Tyler Robinson that has been charged with his murder, and the case is moving through the courts right now. There's a lot of suspicious behavior from Erika around this court trial and her asking for a speedy trial, which is a very different thing, but more on that another time. Erika Kirk buried her husband. She held his hand and did this kind of like strange intimate moment on camera at his funeral and broadcasted that to everyone. And then 11 days after she was named the CEO of Turning Point USA and the organization that Charlie built. And she has 2 young kids. She's going on this whirlwind nonstop media tour. And a lot of the core messaging on this tour is around staying home with your kids. And your only purpose in life as a woman is to be a birther and to raise kids and to do nothing else and to sacrifice your career, which is a lot of irony. And we're just going to go with that. And for a minute, most people try to give Erika the Benny of the D, because that's what you're supposed to do when somebody's husband is, but then Erika started acting real strange really quickly. And we all hoped it would pass because it's just deeply uncomfortable to watch. But she kept just bringing out more sparklers, pleather outfits, merch booths. There were literally sparklers and pyrotechnics everywhere. We had pleather outfits. We had the awkward JD Vance head touching, caressing moment that also we just didn't need to see that. And this is where Candace Owens started dropping some hammers. So Owens has over 5 million subscribers on YouTube and has spent the last couple months really going in on what happened with Charlie, raising questions about Erika Kirk and talking a lot about Erika on her podcast. The questions kept getting bigger and more difficult to ignore. And she said Erika wasn't with her sick mother on September 10th, like Erika is claiming and telling people she was. She said that she was with a friend named Tracy Martin. And Tracy Martin then went on record and said Erika was absolutely with her. And Owens has not walked it back. We just covered this one too, but Tracy Martin has a very interesting financial incentive in this story too. She has a daughter that is employed by Turning Point USA, Erika Kirk. So Candace flagged this video of Erika at Charlie's casket. And this was at the funeral, and it was a very intimate moment, but it was suspicious because the head of fundraising at Turning Point USA is allegedly the one filming it. So yes, people do these sort of things in a funeral or memorial service environment, but they usually don't broadcast it out to the world. And when Erika did, it just made us all feel really, really weird. So that's worth mentioning. Candace also was the one to present to all of us the leaked audio from a leadership call, which was 2 weeks, more or less days after Charlie was proof-rooed.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane.
And on this call, Erika is so upbeat, peppy as hell, talking about the success of the memorial and how wonderful it was. And then the second she realizes the Zoom call starts, she goes back into grieving widow character. It's like night and day. It's very bizarre. And she was threading everything into something. And then it all started to look pretty sleuthy. And that's when Candace stopped asking small questions entirely. Theory mania ensued. Everything about Erika's behavior at the funeral and who killed Charlie Kirk and why. So Candace is implying that Tyler Robinson didn't act alone, suggesting maybe the Israeli military was involved.
I believe Israel was obviously involved, that they were the ones that wanted him dead for saying that what is now AIPAC should have to register under FARA.
French Foreign Legion involved, FBI involved, and that Charlie betrayed somebody close to him. And when you think about it, the person closest to him was his wife. There's also a lot of allegations around Romanian orphanages with Erika Kirk, a trip to China, and online interactions with a teenager, which we've covered in detail. And then there's also a army visit to an army base before the assassination. None of it's verified yet. And Owens has also mentioned at some point that Charlie told her that he was a time traveler, which she included without any sort of like acknowledgement that this is like a little bit weird and trippy. Everyone just kept moving. But the theory that stopped people cold came from a conservative commentator, Tim Dillon, who went on his own podcast on his own accord and said there is a very, very good chance that this woman, Erika Kirk, was his handler. The idea that Charlie Kirk was too powerful and too connected to be left unsupervised, so someone placed next to him, close enough to manage him, and then when he became the problem, the handler handled it. Dillon laid it out like this. He was this powerful young guy who raised a lot of money for a lot of people and also took a lot of money from a lot of people. And he's running the largest young voter, youth voter registration organization. He's handling large sums of money, and he's out there sculpting narratives as it relates to domestic and foreign policy. Charlie Kirk wrote a book about rest, and Erika Kirk has not stopped for one freaking second. Every answer lands immediately, like she knew the question was coming, like it was planted. There's not like a single moment of real human emotion ever, which brings us to this trailer clip. So this series is called The Bride of Charlie, which is kind of a Bride of Chucky pun. And the thumbnail has Erika in it wearing a crown. Before a single episode even aired, the entire conservative establishment came out to kill it. Ben Shapiro posted a 10-minute long video calling Candace Owens evil. His exact words, she's making money off the murder of Charlie Kirk by literally implicating his widow. I don't know what to call that other than evil trash. He called on Erika to sue her. Dan Bongino went on air and said,
"Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You demonic fucking scum."
He told anyone attacking Erika that they would feel the licks of flames of hell on every inch of their bodies. Really graphic. Meghan McCain called it pure, unadulterated effing evil. Rod Dreher, and I don't know these people, forgive me, I have a pretty charmed life of not knowing who they are at this point in time, said Owens is a monster and that calling her deranged is the charitable interpretation. None of these people had seen the documentary. It's not out at the time of those comments. And nobody is asking this question: why the people closest to Turning Point USA and the closest to Erika Kirk needed to bury it before anyone could even watch it. Journalists get sued after stories run. Documentaries usually get called out after they air. You do not typically organize a hellfire campaign against something you haven't seen yet, unless you know what it's going to say or what it could possibly reveal. And in this unverified email that's now circulating, it allegedly shows a coordinated campaign to take Owens down. Before the series launched, an organized effort, a smear campaign to get ahead of whatever she was going to flood the zone with outrage or with information that makes Erika look like a monster. Who knows? We don't know what's in the documentary. Owens instead responded to all this by posting, "Zionists are putting in real work, hours promoting our upcoming series. I would like to extend all of them my deepest gratitude." Her spokesperson said that there's no real backlash, only the Zionist bubble, which has no influence. Dan Bongino, Italian-American former Secret Service agent, is now part of that bubble. Go ahead, Dan. And look at what Candace Owens did here. She spent months documenting the things that just didn't add up. She sat down with Erika Kirk in person in December and came away with more questions than answers. She is building this case piece by piece in a very public forum, YouTube and online. And she's doing this all like building the next piece before we're even getting full answers to the last. And when she announced she was putting this all together in the first place in this series, the response was a press statement addressing specific claims. It was Ben Shapiro calling her evil and Dan Bongino promising eternal hellfire before the first episode is even loaded. That's not how you respond to something that somebody did nothing around. It's not how you respond when somebody's getting close to something that might really tell us more than we're ready to know. Again, if you're new here, we're going to keep digging in. My name is Lauren Paritra. Please take a moment to subscribe. We bootstrap this vodcast. We can't do it without your support. And truly, every like, every comment, every sub is an FU to Katie and Steven, Little Bitch Miller. Do the right thing, and we'll be back.